I want you to sing a Greek song. What?
No, you don't want your wind. I don't want to be responsible for your windows.
Welcome back to the Secret Ingredients of Real Estate, and we're back with Peter from Pineapple talking about mortgages and where the trends are with the market, and the lovely Dimitra Miraz. And I'm going to put
Et voila.
Dimitra to the test.
Oh no.
While she's putting her burgers together. And yeah, so are you ready for this?
Okay.
Okay, so we want to go a little bit old school and have fun here. So I want you to sing a Greek song. What?
No, you don't want your wind. I don't want to be responsible for your windows cracking.
We want a little bit of international, because you know these are like
this
Greek infused.
Greek influenced for sure, right?
Okay.
You know.
Oh,
like,
come on, sing us something.
What? I cannot sing.
Sing us something.
If my life depended on it.
Oh my God. Okay, well, go back to
Other than
mortgages.
singing in the rain. Can do
Yes,
anything else.
that's your new thing now.
I know, right? Thank God I didn't quit my day job.
Yes.
So
tell us more. Tell us what you're doing there now.
okay, well, you know, we have the burgers. They're already made, and they are quarter pounders. They are lean, mean, and very, very, tasty.
So we had them in the oven for how long?
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
At 425 on a regular oven. If you have an oven, like obviously you have to kind of know your oven.
Yeah.
Or your barbecue, right, for that matter. And
Let's not burn things.
No. Like, I mean, it's easy to cook. And once the burgers are done, if they are soft to the touch with a fork, and the juices run clear, then they're done. And do not push them too much. Don't squeeze them too much, because you want them to be juicy. You don't want to extract all the juices, right?
Okay.
The potatoes are ready.
Awesome.
We have a little bit of squeeze of lemon. In Greek culture, in Greek cuisine, lemon is it, right? And garlic and oregano. So this is it. And then condiments, I mean, it's up to you what you like on your burgers. We have buns with sesame and crusty ones. Onions, fresh tomatoes from the farm, right? Ontario, from Niagara. Everything is here from, they have the little kind of Niagara farmland logo, and lettuce. So, and by all means, I don't know who's going to start, but...
okay. Well, before we do that, let's ask Peter some more questions here. So Peter, what are some mistakes that people make during mortgage applications and throughout the process?
Here's the biggest mistake. We always tell somebody, do not make a big purchase until your mortgage closes. I can't tell you how many times somebody buys a car, or they co-sign for somebody else, or they use their line of credit to buy furniture because they're so excited. And then we get a phone call saying, hey, the client just purchased this $80,000 truck. The ratios don't work anymore. Fix it. Like that's.
So do you have the magic powers to fix and fiddle with some numbers?
We have some, not fiddle with numbers, but we have connections that we can, maybe move a truck payment to another family member. So that comes off your credit bureau. So then it's I'm not going to give you all the trade secrets, but yes, but there's different.
So this is all legally.
It's all legal. We're not fudging numbers. We're not saying that whatever the case may be, you make $100,000 when you make $20,000. We're not saying anything like that. It's just creative ways of, removing stuff from your credit bureau that may.
Okay.
Selling a vehicle.
Okay.
I've done that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all within the legal realm.
100%.
Okay. So, there's some mortgage brokers out there that turn around and say, hey, I'll create you some pay stubs and we'll make a fake job. And is that something that you recommend?
Absolutely not.
Why?
They're guaranteed they're going to find out some way. And if you get blacklisted from a lender, then you're not getting your mortgage.
And essentially it's committing fraud.
100% is committing fraud.
Yeah.
That's why it's called, you lose your license. That's why FSRA has all these fines and fees for stuff like that. I don't agree with any part of that in the mortgage world. Okay,
awesome. Can you explain to us what the mortgage process is on the day of closing? So how does the money move around?
So typically, us as mortgage brokers like to be broker complete long before that happens. So all it is the bank transfers funds to the purchasing lawyer, and then who transfers it to the selling lawyer, and then you get your keys anywhere between 3:30 and 5 o'clock.
Okay. And so
Pretty much.
is the money sitting in like?
The money is already allocated from the lender. So
Okay.
once you get your approval, if the approval is $500,000 mortgage, that's
Right.
allocated to you.
So where does the money come from? So where do the lenders get the money from?
Depending on who we're talking about, mostly investors.
Okay.
So individual investors. There's some banks that will finance some monoline lenders. So it's always an investor that has.
Okay.
that
So like the States, can mortgages be, mortgages are being sold in the back end to different lenders all the time and through EFTs and all sorts of stuff like that. So what's the situation like where like can it happen like the States? Can somebody like write down an entire mortgage and everybody loses their homes?
That doesn't happen that way. Because
Okay.
here, there was a company that is back in business now that, went bankrupt. And then there was a company that also bought that mortgage.
Yes.
Or mortgage book.
Okay.
And then you and I didn't really know the difference other than the fact that it was in the news.
Yes.
So nothing changes. You'll get a letter that says now your company A is now company B, and things go on as always.
Okay.
So you're not gonna. So I get that a lot. So people are afraid to go with a monoline lender because they think that somewhere down the line they're gonna go bankrupt.
Okay.
It's rarely the case here. We know how to manage our money.
What are your thoughts of credit unions?
I love credit unions
Okay.
because they don't have the same rules as a bank. So I can, for example, I use quite a bit of credit unions to give you guys more buying power because I don't have to stress test that mortgage. I can use whatever the qualifying rate is, whatever the rate is.
So why doesn't everybody use a credit union?
Because not everybody has 20% down.
Oh.
So that's
You
a
have
trick.
to have 20% down. So even with an alternative lender, so all the alternative lenders and the privates and the credit unions, you have to have 20% down. Not
Okay.
everybody today has 20% down to put on a purchase. So I can't go there. On a refinance I can. But again, that's stigmatism. I want to be with one of the top fives. No, you want to be where you have a house.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter about top five.
So are credit unions do credit unions have better rates than the A banks?
Some of them do.
Okay.
Some of them have programs where, a 5-year fixed rate could be, 20 or 30 basis points lower than a regular bank.
Yeah. Are there any programs out there right now for those people who went variable and now it's gone too far? You can't write it out. You can't sell because you're losing money. What are some of the support systems or programs that are available for somebody to get help on their mortgage that has gone from a variable 6.9% even and they're triggered their mortgage, and do they go into a fixed mortgage?
All those guys, I get calls from that all the time because
Yeah.
there are banks calling them and say you need $35,000 to bring your mortgage back up to par, or your amortization now is 75 years or something.
or 90 years
or 90 years.
Yeah.
Listen, you can sell because for the most part, most people nowadays will have equity in their property based on what's happening in the market.
Okay.
So yes, you can sell your mortgage.
Right.
But you may think that you're walking away with 500,000 and you can be walking away with 400,000 based on the fact of how much money you owe to the lender. This was the first time that I've been in the mortgage business where a lot of people, their monthly payment on renewal was way higher than when they started.
Yes.
And they didn't pay any principal down.
Yes.
Right? So it's people are not happy about that. But again, if you're in a home that you want to be in long term, this little blip doesn't really matter.
Okay. So what's your advice for first-time home buyers getting into the market today?
Get in as fast as you can. That's my honest opinion. I'm not a realtor. I'm
Yeah.
a mortgage guy,
Yeah.
and I think that because you can't time it.
Why is home ownership so important to have to buy now?
Because as you know, I can't save as quickly as the market goes up. Even though that they say the market isn't going to go up, it's been up, I don't know, like 12% or something like that
Yeah.
this year, or whatever the number is. I can't save that quickly.
Okay.
So if I put my money down, for example, I bought a home in Brooklyn, Whitby, which was $489,000.
Yeah.
I sold in 2017 for 1.15.
Wow.
So there's no way, and since 2013 to 2017, in 4 years, I could save that much money.
Yeah, but can prices go any higher? Like affordability is so out of whack, my friend.
Yes, affordability is out of whack, and yes, I think prices are still going to go higher. People are saying that the market's going to crash, and they've been saying that for a year and a half. Ever since the rate increases have started, people are saying the market's going to crash.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell everybody, has the market crashed yet? Have you even seen in some areas, a decline in prices? I haven't. In some areas, yes, for sure, but not everywhere. I got a purchase from a referral source last week.
Yeah.
Bought in Toronto, paid $300 over asking, and there was 8 offers.
Wow. Demetria, what's your thoughts on that? On home ownership, like?
Well, I'm the old school.
Yes.
Not to date myself, but my generation and future generations, because Peter and I have many millennials that they bought this year, right? Even after the mortgage increases, and they already have equity on the properties they bought. And like Peter said, it depends where you are and you're located. There are some properties in some areas that may be the hardest hit, right? Like Scarborough. But Scarborough was always a place where it was affordable, right? So the prices have sort of flatlined.
Right.
But Toronto downtown, North York, Vaughan, Mississauga, right?
Yeah.
Or even Oshawa, they're still holding steady, right?
Yeah.
It's not something
I find the housing market is stronger than the condo market. So here's a funny thing, and we'll wrap this up and get into the meal, right? So COVID caused a lot of divorces and the condo market went up. And now interest rates are causing high rates of marriages, and the housing market's getting hot. So it's interesting how affordability in housing plays with relationships too, but that's another conversation altogether.
That's a whole other conversation.
But don't you think though, like when your lifestyle changes, whether you're getting married, you're divorcing, you're having
the 7Ds we talk about, yes.
Right, and like you have a baby or you have a second baby, and your 1-bedroom condo with den no longer is feasible to live in, right?
Yeah.
So those things don't stop. And let's not forget the, our immigration, 500,000 people,
There's a whole controversy right now. That there's so much immigration coming in, so many students coming in from all over the world, and we're like, we do a lot of rentals as well, and there's actually a lot of landlords are saying, no, we won't take on the students. We won't. There's no housing for students. It's really scary out there.
Right, it is. And, it's sad actually, because these people, come in and they have dreams and they want to go to school and study, but then they're not able to find suitable accommodations, right? It's very, very sad, but hopefully the powers that be will change something.
And there's a lot going on, Demetria and Peter. Like, there's the whole Greenbelt issue right now, and then the housing minister just resigned, and then Doug Ford's making all sorts of announcements.
Don't get me started
That's
on
a whole other conversation.
But politics takes a huge play here, and we were talking about this off mic, is that there's a lot of things that are affecting the housing market. So what is let's sum it up, right? Give the viewers out there some advice and some information about how to move forward with affordability.
I think that they need to look at interest rates differently.
Okay.
I think that we need to look at affordability. Can I afford this monthly payment? Forget about the interest rates right now, because we all know that they're high, and get in the market as quick as possible.
Okay.
So I think that there's a million different ways that you can get down payments. I think that again,
there's a million ways to get down payment.
Especially
Let's
parents.
say go to the bank of parents, right? So
The bank of parents is the big one.
Yeah, that's how a lot of
Yeah.
I get a lot of gift letters, and they used to be like 20 and 30,000, and now they're like 150, 200,000.
250.
Yeah.
That's what
And
we're
the banks
seeing
are taking
now.
that.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think
This
again,
is legitimate,
it's
right?
legit.
Like, I mean, it's not, if the parents make the money and they have savings, why would they take it, right?
that's the biggest thing right now. It's good for us because we're refinancing that home, and then they're gifting them to the kids, which is another. But that's I would say get in. You have to get in. Think about the monthly payment. Think if you can afford this monthly payment, and forget about the interest rate.
And I think we always have said, like, you start small. You cannot start with a $3 million home, right? You buy the 1-bedroom condo, and 3 to 5 years you hold it, and then you move on to the next one and the next one, right?
Kids nowadays want this. They want Sub-Zero fridge,
HDTV,
HD, whatever.
Honestly,
they want the 85-inch
you can have that
TV.
Sub-Zero fridge, because if that thing breaks down, it's like
you know how much it costs to replace that? And so, like, they want all that stuff. But they want the waterfall countertops and all that. Like, Well, we didn't start that way.
No, we started from the bottom.
Start from the bottom.
Thank you, Drake. Okay,
Anyways,
Dimitri, your
okay.
last tidbit on the market, and then tell us.
Well,
and we're wrapping
again,
up.
to go back to what Peter says, buy now. I mean, the prices have stabilized. It's not that crazy. Yeah, we see some, multiple offers here and
Right.
there, but traditionally, the properties will stay, 30 to 60 days in the market, and you can negotiate, right?
Yeah.
It's time to buy, and don't think about the interest rate. Just think about affordability
And owning a home, owning piece of
and
land.
exactly, and buy what you can actually afford, and it's going to pay dividends in the long run. That's my opinion.
Awesome. Okay, so
Okay, so we're ready. I mean, look at that. So Sherif, yeah, you start with that, and I think I'm gonna just maybe raid your fridge. Oh, look
Yes.
at that! It's very well stocked,
it
right?
is. I hope
We
it is.
got. Yes. I don't need any of these, but I'm sure some of our guests would.
So
What
they're
else?
right in front of you at eye level,
Yes.
or at eye level, there was mail that's I brought especially from Brussels.
Oh, really?
It's called Samurai. There you go.
Oh my God! Look at that. Okay, this
And it's spicy
we
now.
probably need to try,
awesome.
right?
Yeah. try that.
Yes.
Is there anything else anyone wants from in here?
No, that's good for now. Maybe some
Perfect.
Aperol spritz later. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching us, and we're gonna go eat. Give us some feedback on our show, and we'll see you back for the next episode.
Yes. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.